This video is to show you how to use Adobe Spark to create a book trailer. First, we're going to go to the Adobe Spark website. As you can see here, spark.adobe.com. When you first come to this page, you're going to need to log in with the Start Now for Free button. When you click that, you have the choice of signing up using your email account, and it's free, or you can sign in using Facebook or Google. So I'll go ahead and choose Google for my account. And you'll see I do have a few projects already started, but when you come here for the first time and you've signed in, you're going to be asked to start a new project, and you have 3 choices. So if I hit this plus sign to create a new project, you'll see I have the choice of a post, a page, or a video. We're going to go ahead and click video. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a name. And you can always change this after if you need to. It's just a starting point. And click next. And then again, these are just suggestions. These are templates. You can choose one just to get a starting point, but of course always change it as you go. So I'll go ahead and choose a show and tell choice. And then once we get into the first set of choices, we can pick a background and some different choices for the template where you start with. But first we get this video choice. Definitely recommend it for your first time creating an Adobe Spark video. I've watched it a few times already, so I'm going to say OK. And now you see, like I mentioned, on the right hand side you have different choices for your background. I'm going to go ahead and choose something bright pink for the book I'm going to review. And it starts off with a bunch of slides already at the bottom, but we can always add more as we go. And you'll see that we'll need to do that. So first I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus sign in this first slide. And I'm always going to have these 3 choices, a photo, an icon, or a text. And we'll go ahead and do all of these. But first we'll start with a photo. What I love about Adobe Spark Video is that you can include photos of your own by choosing to upload a photo. Or you can choose a find photo, and they find images for you to use that are free, and they'll also cite them at the end, which is my favorite. So let's go ahead and choose find photo. And I'm sorry, let me backtrack. I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm going to upload a photo first because I've already downloaded it, and it's for my book that I'm reviewing. So I chose upload photos and found that on my computer. So as that comes in, I'll go ahead and create a recording with this microphone button. I'm going to hold down the button as I speak. It's very important to hold it down for a second before you begin speaking, and then hold it down after you're done speaking for another second, just so it doesn't truncate anything that you're going to say. Also, when you're creating a book trailer, you want to have a script already created. So I had written a script and printed it out, so I have it right next to me, next to my computer, and I can just read off of it. This also will save some time as you're creating your book trailer. So here I'm going to go ahead and press down on the microphone and record. It usually will say this your first time to share, depending on your computer. Share your microphone. So here we go. I'm going to hold it down. The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things by Carolyn Mackler. Okay, and if I want to just check and make sure I like it, I can hit play. The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things by Carolyn Mackler. And if for some reason you don't like it, you can just go ahead and re-record it. Records right over it. You'll see that you'll probably make a lot of mistakes your first time through, like I've done. And I'm sure I'll make mistakes as I'm demonstrating this as we go. So you'll see me re-record. You might also have heard some music in the background. That's just the default. If you go over here to the right-hand side, under music, it's using Traveling Buddies right now, and they're all categories here. So you can try different ones out. You can choose Clockwork Escape, for example. Listen to that, decide if you like it. They have some relaxed ones. Afternoon Porch sounds fun. So I think I'm going to go ahead and choose something up top for Happy Leapfrog. And you'll notice also the music is on right in the middle. So if you don't want it to be too loud as you're speaking, go ahead and drop that down a bit. And you'll notice a difference when you go ahead and replay this first slide.
The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things by Carolyn Mackler.
Didn't seem to grab that. Let me try it one more time. I think I just played it and that's why. So I'm going to click on it, make sure it grabs it. As we're waiting for it to grab it, you can also see there's an Add My Music button. I've used this before where if you've downloaded music that you want to include in the background, you can certainly do that. Just make sure that it's free to use and you can go ahead and just browse to a music file. So that's also helpful. So here we go. Leapfrog is now checked on. It's down towards the lower end of the volume. And now let's just double check by hitting play.
The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things by Carolyn Mackler.
Great. So I like that. I'm ready to move on. The next slide I'm going to click on is going to, again, allow those three different things. And I'm going to go ahead and choose that I want some text. And as I start typing, it will shrink it down to fit. So I'll keep typing. I'll pause for a minute so you don't need to hear or see all my typing. Okay, so you can see that I've typed it in. When I create book trailers, I like to read this out. So I'm going to go ahead and record it. And I'm basically just reading it right off the screen from what I just typed. Virginia is a 15-year-old high school student struggling with her self-worth. Remember to hold down the button, wait a second before you start talking, and when you're done talking, hold it for one more second before you let go. All right, so I've got my text in here, and again, generally, and this is what I'm used to doing is creating a book trailer with some text and then put in a picture and go from there. So our next slide is going to have a picture. And like I mentioned, you can add photos from your computer or you can go out and search for some. So I'm going to go ahead and search for something that makes sense with that last text slide that I put in. So I'm going to go ahead and search for a high school student. I think would be good. Sorry, not upload photo. Back to find photos. So we just type in a keyword and it will look for us. And we can just scroll through. And again, these are all free to use and it will cite them for you at the end of your presentation, which I think is great. So there's a lot of group of kids. Let's see if I can find something where I don't see her face too much. So I'm going to try this one. That looks good. And I'm going to record just a little bit more of text from my script that I had written. She has a larger than average body and a plus size inferiority complex, especially when she compares herself to her slim, brilliant, picture-perfect family. Okay, and now we're ready to add another slide. If I need to double check, make sure I like that, I wait a second and the play sign will come alive.
She has a larger than average body and a plus size inferiority complex, especially when she compares herself to her slim, brilliant, picture-perfect family.
I didn't quite like how I said that because I paused so long on the word that I had trouble with. So I'm going to try it one more time. The inferiority is a tough word for me to get out. So I'm going to try it one more time. So you can see it's at 13 seconds right now. I'm going to re-record and see if I can say that word a little bit better and not so slowly. She has a larger than average body and a plus-size inferiority complex, especially when she compares herself to her slim, brilliant, picture-perfect family. All right, I got it down to 11 seconds, probably because I didn't take so long to say that word. So I'm satisfied. I'm going to move on to my next slide. I'm going to go ahead and type a little bit more, so I'm going to choose text, and I'll pause my recording for a moment. All right, so I typed in the information. Again, just coming from my script, I thought ahead of time to write for this slide. So it says, and I'll go ahead and record it. Her best friend has moved away for the year. Her older sister is in the Peace Corps. Her older brother is perfect. And then I'll go ahead and add another slide with a picture that kind of summarizes that text. So I'm going to go ahead and add a photo. And back to the beginning here, instead of uploading, because I don't have anything on my computer, I'm going to choose Find Photo. And I'm just going to type in perfect and see what I get. Lots of bullseyes, some fruit. I'll go ahead. I like the first one. Very simple, and it says perfect on it. So I'll go ahead and choose that. The whole idea about the main character, Virginia, is that she thinks that everybody else is perfect but her. So I'd like to create another slide that has a no symbol. So along the bottom here, you can see all my slides that I've done so far. I'm going to actually duplicate this image. And it gets put onto a new slide. So the first slide is going to flash on the screen without any voice recording. And you can see the default is just to be 2 seconds. I think 2 is a little bit short. So without a voice recording, I'm going to go ahead and click on the 2 seconds and just up it to 4. So at least it stays on the screen for 4 seconds. Now I'm going to come to my second perfect slide. And I am going to record voice in a minute, so I'm going to leave that alone. And I'm going to go ahead and add another piece on top. So in the background, I have my perfect image. And instead of adding a photo, an icon, a photo like normal, I'm going to actually add an icon this time. So it's going to go right on top. And it chooses to find an icon. And instead of perfect, I'm going to type in the word no, because she thinks she's not perfect. You've got all these different no symbols. So I'll go ahead and choose this one. So that's going to go across. And I'm going to go ahead and record something on top of that as well. So this slide has the image, the icon, and then also we'll have a recording. Her family is perfect without her in it. All right, so I'm going to go back to the first perfect slide. I'm going to hit play. Okay, and that seems like enough time. And then I'm going to go to the second perfect slide, and I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and this should also have the recording.
Her family is perfect without her in it.
Okay, so now I'm ready to add my next slide after the perfect piece. Just another piece of text. It's a short one. So I'll go ahead and record this. Virginia doubts herself in every way. And now I want to add a graphic for that. So come to our next slide, add a photo. And it's not an upload, it's going to be another find. I'm going to type in self-doubt and see what I get. Again, you can type in anything and you'll be surprised at what you find. These both seem pretty good. I'm going to choose this one, see how it looks on the screen. I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and record a little bit more from my script. She thinks she isn't worth, so I messed up, made a little mistake, so let me record it 4 seconds. I'm going to re-record right over it. She thinks she isn't worthy to be in her own family, not special enough to be someone's girlfriend, not important enough to remain a best friend. And I'll go ahead and let go. And I need to add another text slide. So you can see I get to the end and there are no more slides there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus sign and it adds a new one for me automatically. So I'm just going to need to keep doing that than the other slides that I need to add. So I'm going to type in a little bit of text. Alright, so we have our text added in and I'm going to go ahead and record it. She struggles with her weight and tries to make her mom proud by dieting. Okay, and then I need another slide to add a picture. And I'm simply just going to add another photo and I'm going to type in diet and see what I get. Okay, I usually think of a big plate of veggies when I think of dieting. So there we go, we'll add that. And I'll record a little bit more from my script. But something gets in her way, her brother. Alright, and let's add another one. We need to add some text about her brother. Alright, so I added the text and I just need to record it. Her perfect brother Byron does something shocking that will turn the family inside out. And I'll go ahead and add another slide. And add another picture. I had a slight glitch on the website, so sometimes it will need to reconnect. I have noticed that that happens, but what's great about Adobe Spark is that it does autosave for you, so everything's being saved to your account. So if it ever does close on you, you come back in and everything is saved. So I haven't had any problem with that. So here I was just adding another picture. We were just talking about how there was a big shock. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Find Photo, type in shock, and see what choices I have. Could do some big eyeballs. I'll go ahead and use the graffiti shock just to get that point across. Now I'm not going to record any information here, so I'm going to just up the slide count from 2 seconds to 4 without voice. I want to make sure it doesn't go through too quickly. So we're good on 4. I'm going to go ahead and add another slide and some more text. Okay, so we've added our text. I'll go ahead and record. I had to add that microphone again, just because I had gotten out and come back in. Between a supportive teacher, Ms. Crowley, her best friend, and boyfriend, Virginia starts to realize she can believe in herself. Okay, and we'll go ahead and add another picture. We're going to look for the keyword believe, a photo, Sure, we'll find something good here. It's a nice one with the word written out. It's one that I've seen before that I'm not seeing right now. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, I've decided I'll use this picture right here. So we've got our believe picture and just a little to record here. Oops, let me try that one more time. Many teens go through self-doubt, but don't ever find the strength to overcome their struggle. All right, and we'll go ahead and add another slide of text, and we're almost done. All right, so I've added the text and just need to record it. This story speaks to every teen who struggles with family expectations and proves that the most impressive achievement is to be true to yourself. All right, and we're going to add one more slide. Just to close it up, I like to put the book cover again and just mention the author as well. So we're going to go ahead and add the book cover again. It's a photo. Instead of finding it, I'm going to go back to upload. And I'm going to add the text on the bottom here. Oh, that's asking for a photo. Let me try changing the format here. I'm going to change it to under the layout, a thing in the caption. So hopefully it will take the photo. I'm going to upload it again. And that will allow me to put in the author one more time. Okay, and I'll go ahead and record that. Just with a closing statement. Does Virginia overcome her struggles? Read The Earth, My Butt, and Other Big Round Things by Carolyn Mackler to find out. All right, so now when you're done recording, you're most likely going to need to go back and make some changes. Whether you want to re-record your voice or change some slides around, so you have the ability to do that. What I generally do is I go back to the beginning, go to the first slide, and hit this preview button. It'll take you through the whole video, and then I make notes of what I want to change along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while we're not recording, and then I'm going to come back and show you the share button. So hold on one moment. All right, so I just previewed and I changed a few things here and there, and now I'm just wanted to show you the last slide that's on my video, and you can see that it goes ahead. It does cite everything that we used, all the different graphics. So now we're going to go ahead and share this video. So we can hit share here, or if you go back to where you just were originally, we can hit share here. When I share a video, I don't want it to be viewed through the Adobe Spark website. So there is a place that we need to check off a default option. So the default is to be able to see it through the Adobe Spark website so anyone can see it. but just for privacy purposes, we're going to go ahead and take that default off. Alright, so let's take a look at the options when we hit share. We can give it a different title if we need to. I might just put up the title of this trailer. Oh, not my Earth. The Earth. Okay. You can choose a category if you like. I'll go ahead and choose education. Subtitle if you need to. Author. There are some other options under here as well, but the big one I want to make sure you do is under the Get Noticed. So instead of it being available through the Adobe Spark website, I'm going to change that to say off. So we just want to make sure that we do that. Under the More options, if there are any photos or quotes that you put in that you need to add credit to, you can go ahead and do that as well. So at this point, I had a photo that came from Goodreads, so I'll just put this in as a placeholder for right now, and then I'll go ahead and put in the correct citation later on. Once we're done putting in all the information that we need, it will now allow us to click Create Unlisted Link. It does take a while, also depending on how long your book trailer is. You can kind of see this orange band. It just needs to get across. So this is a point where you can go and do something else and wait for the magic to happen as it tells you. So I'll be back once it's done. Now that it created the link, I can go ahead and copy this link and place it anywhere. I can put it on a website, or what I'll do in another video is show you how to create a QR code and assign it to this link. Lastly, I can, as you can see, put it right to Facebook, Twitter, email it to somebody, or embed it in our website. And that's it for creating a book trailer with Adobe Spark.